Welcome back to the Witchfinger Horror Podcast. My name is Yasmina. To my right is Morgan.
Hello, I am here.
And to my left is Megan.
Happy fart year.
Yeah, happy fart year. There's a couple days left of 2019.
That's crazy.
And it's the Christmas season, so we're doing a Christmassy movie, kind of.
Yeah.
And we're watching Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 4.
Woo! We always pick the most, like, obscure ones. You know that, right?
Yeah,
like, people will be like, oh, pick the first one. Maybe pick the second one. Garbage Day.
I know.
It's like, no, we're going there.
And I like this one because it has one of those colons.
Yeah.
Initiation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Initiation.
It's a long title.
Initiation is like one of those add-on titles that you think would be at like a sci-fi title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Earth Initiation, or like one of these, and it's a fucking like.
Yeah, like Battlefield Earth. John Travolta Initiation.
Christmas movie.
Battlefield.
Which is on Prime, and I've been debating watching it again.
Please wait for me.
Oh.
We will.
So we
okay,
wait.
I know it's
wait.
there.
All right,
we're gonna have a Travolta night. Okay, we're
That's
gonna
true.
watch The Fanatic.
Yes.
And The Boy in the Plastic Bubble.
Yeah, we're going, like, an old movie, new movie.
And Battlefield Earth. So,
ooh.
yes,
God, that movie.
will be
We're gonna
epic.
need alcohol for that.
We should actually record, like, video or audio for that evening.
We shall.
Yes.
Yeah.
It shall be done.
Yes. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. And
Happy Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Yeah, Happy Kwanzaa.
Diwali is not, no.
Diwali was before, but it's
Right.
close.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
close.
It's like earlier in December, yeah.
Yeah, and may your Yule logs be ever hard.
Yeah. But also, like, they come out a lot. Like, you don't want to be constipated, right?
Oh, I was talking about like a firm penis, like a bonier.
Oh, a bonier. I was thinking about
poop
poops.
log.
Yeah, my Yule
Mine's in
logs.
the front, yours is in the
Yeah. Fucking Yule.
Okay, movies.
Yeah.
Movies. So yeah, this is our first like normal episode since we did 2 live shows back to back, right?
Yeah, it is like
Yeah.
legit. We have not been in a room together, sitting, talking in front of microphones, drinking booze for like 4 months.
When's
3
the last-
months.
Okay, so we did Warlock in Toronto, and then we did Army of Darkness in Niagara Falls.
Yeah. So that was the October episode was Warlock, and then the November
So
episode
probably
was
September.
Army of Darkness.
And
I'm
then-
assuming. Yeah.
Yeah.
But after that, we got together and recorded the vibrations, or no?
Yeah. No, we did. Yeah, we
Which
did
you
after
find
that.
people will see soon. Sex scene.
Yep. Oh, having sex while there's pictures of dead bodies on the news. That's cool. They're like, oh, I
So
need to see what's going
romantic.
on. Yeah.
These people are rolling around, and not to like get into my sex life too much, but it's very difficult to keep. Look at these people. His dick's not in her. You know this
No.
is movie sex because to keep that penetration
Yeah.
while you're
Rolling around
And
like
like
that?
they're rolling
You know what I
around
mean?
too much. Like you roll, like again, they just rolled around again.
Yeah.
It's like it's too much. You roll. They're,
and
they're
again!
rolling around again. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. I never noticed that. Ew, look how sweaty his back is.
Ew.
Wow.
Just in that one spot though.
Yeah,
That was weird.
that
It was like just
uh,
glistening in that one spot, and now
I
they're like,
know.
oh, let's just like, ha ha ha.
Go for
Fondle
it.
each other in
Yeah.
public like teenagers.
Right?
No.
Were we talking about something before this? Oh,
Recording. So yeah, our
It's been a
next After
while.
Dark episode, I guess, will be coming out soon. But yeah, I love you guys, and I love this show, and it's nice to come back to the living room.
Yes.
Although live shows are incredible.
They're exhilarating.
They are
There's
so much
it's
fun.
different. It's definitely a
Yeah.
different vibe.
Yeah.
Especially when you have to deal with like, all the gear aspect of things and recording and like
Yeah.
making sure all
that stuff is always
the
stressful.
people that are there, the audio people are like on the ball and
Yeah.
like whatever. Like this is cool. I got 3 microphones and a laptop and some cans of beer.
Yeah.
just depending on ourselves.
Yeah,
We don't have to
cheers.
depend
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
fucking.
Merry Christmas.
May we also wish
Merry
Yasmina
Yeah.
a happy 21st birthday.
Yes, it's my 21st
It
birthday.
is Yasmina's
She
birthday
can drink
today.
in America.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Oh yeah, I saw that they raised the price, the age to buy cigarettes in America to 21 now.
Did
Yeah.
they? That's interesting. Was it 18 before?
18 or 19,
Yes.
right? Something
Yeah.
like. But
Yeah, I'm
Like
21. I'm
federally
21.
they did. That's something that they do federally and not like state
the
to
Trump
state.
administration has been busy on the tobacco.
Oh my God,
legislation.
yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Like, he's He's had a busy fucking
Haven't
year.
been busy with
Yeah,
much
he's
else.
been a busy month too.
Oh,
yeah.
Mine's
Smell you later.
but
But anyways.
yeah.
Digress,
We don't like
digress.
that about
But yeah, so I hope
politics.
everybody had a great Christmas and yeah, we're recording on my birthday, so we're gonna record and get sloppy and go get steaks.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
bomb as
Yeah, it's gonna be
fuck.
awesome.
Escargots.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
fuck
right.
Yeah, I love
Got
them
them-
snails, girl.
got them guts.
Snails,
Yeah.
girl.
Speaking
Got
of
them
snails, actually, I kind of love that we're watching this because Screaming Mad George did the special effects, so
Yeah.
it's slimy.
Oh yes, because this movie was to be called Bugs.
Oh, was it?
I didn't write it down because I didn't think it was that interesting.
That's pretty interesting. I am intrigued.
I know, because of the bugs.
Have you seen this, Megan?
No.
Okay, this this episode is going to be rather exhilarating for me personally because I've seen this movie a few times.
Are
and
there-
you guys have never seen
I've never
it.
seen
Bugs in it?
I'll just let's just
Okay, let's just let it
I don't want to spoil anything, but I think you'll like it. It's all the Silent Night Deadly Nights are each kind of like their own movie, except part 1 and 2 is like they're very similar because part 2 is basically
Part two
I was gonna
is
say,
part
how
one.
is it similar? They're the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
movie.
But I did rewatch both, and then part 3 is kind of like its own, and then part 4 and 5 are very similar because Brian Usna directed part 4, but he also produced part 5, and
Right.
it feels like a society vibe as well
Yeah.
as this one. But you guys haven't. No wait. So Megan just watched part 5.
Yeah.
I lent her my
Yeah.
copy, and Morgan hasn't seen it.
No, I've seen 1 and 2, obviously.
Yeah, but we're not going to spoil anything about part 5 except for like the fact that it's incredible. Like the ending is like fucking ridiculous. Like I yelled in my living room by myself. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Oh my god, that Pino!"
Oh.
I just feel like
His name is Pino.
Oh,
it's not like I'm
Pino.
not actually talking about his penis.
Pino.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the son's name is Pino.
Pinot
Like Pino. I was
Grigio.
gonna say like green.
I feel like part 1 and 2 need to be discussed just briefly.
Yes.
How did they get away with selling part 2 without letting the fans know that they're going to be spending their money on half of a movie they've already seen? Do you know what I mean? Like, how do
Yeah.
you fucking get away with making a movie where the first fucking half hour, if not longer?
But I guess by the time they're going to see the movie, they wouldn't know they already spent their money. So it's like,
Yeah, you're already
Yeah,
there.
it's like you paid, you're in the door, we got your money, we
I
don't
know,
care if
and
you
then
don't like
they
it.
don't really care,
Right.
maybe. But
I
Yeah.
mean, clearly you like the first one if you're
Yeah.
watching the second one, but it's just I've never seen in a franchise. That's the only time I can think of where someone has done that.
So much flashbacks, like almost 50%.
Exactly.
there is
Yeah.
a movie that does that, and we watched it, Morgan. Demonic Toys versus Dollman.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
So Demonic
Okay,
Toys
yeah.
versus Dollman.
Okay, so yeah, it makes sense that like sometimes they would do that, but from what I read in my research, it said that the filmmakers were paid like a really, really shitty amount of money to make this film, and originally they were actually told by the owners of the first Silent Night Deadly Night to just re-edit the first film and make it a sequel. Like it was like they paid them enough to just edit it and not actually add some stuff in. So the guy who was the director of Silent Night Deadly Night 2, Lee Harry, decided that he actually wanted to try to like make it kind of something of his own,
Yeah.
because his name is going on it, right?
Yeah.
And so he filmed all the stuff with Eric Freeman, like as the younger brother Ricky, like losing his mind as well, and like Garbage Day and all the best shit. But yeah, like originally he was just like told, just take the first movie and re-edit it into something else, and then we'll say, oh, it's the second movie.
That is
Which is
some shit.
That's bullshit. I can't
Yeah.
imagine how much it was that they actually were paid. Because like from my research, it said they were paid a dismal amount of money. Like, but that would only just be not even to like to film new scenes. It would be like, here's your money to re-edit. So it would probably
Why
have not
bother,
been good,
you know?
right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like just to repackage for cheap grab.
I just want to pause this conversation for 2 seconds because we just saw Glenn Chin. He was like that butcher guy.
Yeah.
You know who he is, right?
No. Wait.
I don't even have
No.
to like ask, like, because every time I say that, you're just like, yeah, obviously it's gonna lead to Seinfeld.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I missed that connection when I was
Yeah,
in
so
my
that
research.
Glenn Shin, he's the guy who buys those opera tickets off George.
Oh my god!
And that's like one of the best episodes of Crazy Joe Davola when he's like dressed like
There's
the
a clown in that. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, he also is. I bet you would recognize that guy, Morgan.
Okay.
He's in the Michael Jackson video Black or White. He morphs into
He morphs-
Tyra
yes.
Banks.
Oh
Yes.
my god,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah, the ending of that is fucking
And
scary.
he's also in Hard Ticket to Hawaii. He's at the beginning
he?
when they find the weed and him and the other buddies like fucking shoot them up.
yeah.
And he's also
What?
in Natural Born Killers, and I totally
Okay.
remember him from that because he's the guy who works at the pharmacy where they go to get
Yep,
the snake bite
Yep.
juice.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but I just had to mention that because we just saw him. So let's go back to Silent Night, Deadly Night sequels, or in general, all of them. So the first one, I really enjoy that movie. It's a great like front to back movie.
I like it. I think it's great.
Billy is hot.
You know what? I think he's pretty cute.
He is
I can agree with that.
gorgeous. Like he's
Gorgeous. She
yeah,
said.
but not
Ooh.
anymore.
No,
In my
he's-
opinion, like he kind of like aged interestingly.
That's a really nice way to
but
put it.
Yeah, that
he
is
was
very
like
kind.
a babe. He was a babe in the 80s.
Oh my god, he was in that movie.
He was
Yeah, he's
hot.
super cute.
I know. I'd let him punish me. That's for sure.
Yeah, punish.
Punish. But yeah, part two is I don't really watch part two very often because I find myself just fast forwarding the flashback scenes. But I watched it this Christmas season for this episode, and I totally forgot about all that other stuff when he's got his leather jacket and there was like that date.
Wow, wee wah.
That's not a
Like
lie.
his eyebrows were like moving up and down, like wow.
Well, because when I watched it, okay, so I watched the second one because I was like, I don't need to watch the first one if I
Yeah.
watch the second
Yep.
one because both movies are in it. I know what happens, and I've seen the first one before. But I remember when I was watching it, there's like the scene where like Yasmin was talking where like Eric Freeman's character, Ricky, I guess he's the younger brother or whatever, and he like meets like a woman in the parking lot, but he's got like a motorcycle and a leather jacket, and I texted Yasmin and I was like, I mean, it might just be like the motorcycle and the leather jacket, but I was like, but he's kind of hot. Just a little bit.
yeah, that psychotic look on his eyes.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hot.
Garbage day.
Like his eyes, he's so angry.
He's like I don't know. He has nice features.
Mhm.
He has really nice features, and
Yeah.
there's something about a crazy guy. Though.
Yeah. Who doesn't
For
like
sure
a little
there's
crazy?
Something about a crazy guy.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize this because the last time I watched Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 was probably like a number of years ago when you guys were living together. I think we had a night that we watched it. But like Eric Freeman's like, he was like a fucking bodybuilder. Like he
Yeah.
quite obviously took very good care of himself, went to the gym. He's built. He's like jacked.
He
And-
reminded me of like Wark Malberg's body.
yeah. Mhm.
You know how he has
Vood vibrations.
good vibrations. You know how Mark Wahlberg has these guys right here,
Yeah.
like
Shoulders,
these,
the
traps.
like
His traps and shit.
yeah.
Get trapped in his traps.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Eric Freeman, he didn't do that much afterwards in terms of acting, but there was one thing from In Living Color that he did that I was like convinced. I was like, yeah, this guy, like, he obviously is like a bodybuilder or whatever, but he plays, do you remember Men on Film on In Living Color, the segment with Damon Wayans and David Alan Grier, and they're the two gay guys who review films?
Obviously. Yeah.
So there's one scene where they're like men on vacation. Eric Freeman comes out and he's like he looks like a Chippendale. He's got the like cuffs and like
Yeah, totally,
the thing
yeah.
around his neck, and he's like serving them drinks or whatever, and he's just like the big beefy eye candy, and it's
Yeah.
him, and he's so tanned and like
Yeah, he's
awesome.
He's pretty jacked in that.
Yeah.
You made me watch it a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago.
they were just mainly objectifying him, that's fine. I'm
Yeah.
cool with it.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
The Garbage Day scene is obviously pivotal.
Oh,
to
yeah.
all horror
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
fans. It's still funny till this day. Like I just watched it on Christmas,
Mhm.
and it's still funny. Like I've seen it like a million times, but
Mhm.
like when I still watch it, like that laugh afterwards, it's like the best.
I think I rewound it a few times when that.
Nice.
Because that was the first time that Ben had ever seen it, and he was
Yeah.
like, "What is this?"
What? Yeah. Oh my God,
I
that's
was like,
amazing.
"Just wait, just
That's awesome.
wait."
Part 3, in my opinion, is my least favorite. Part 3 is like this blind girl. and Ricky and hers, like he's in a coma, and their
so
minds are linked.
It's still Ricky?
Yeah, but he's in a
part three.
coma.
Okay.
But she's blind and she dreams the killing that he did. Like their minds are connected because they're in the same hospital. It's really
Sounds like a
I don't
far
know.
stretch.
Eventually,
it's,
every franchise goes into someone in a coma or telekinesis.
I know.
Or in every single franchise, they
It
go
loses
there.
me. I actually can't even remember what happens at the end. Like I did rewatch it recently, and I was just like, I don't know. I just don't really like it personally. It's my least favorite.
To me, it's always kind of a cop out. Like in the Nightmare series, number 5, Dream.
Yeah, you're right.
Number
Number
5,
sucks.
a Dream Baby.
Yeah, Dream Child.
Dream Child?
Yeah.
Because she's like, she has this mental connection with her unborn child, and that explains, they use that excuse to explain so many things that happen in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just such a cop-out when movie creators come up with like something that, I get it, Freddy doesn't really exist in real life. You know what I mean? I'm not saying everything has to be realistic,
Yeah.
but it's like a storyline based on something they pulled out of fucking thin air.
Yeah, when they
Yeah.
try to explain things like later on, like from before with that kind of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
exactly.
just it's like,
but
oh,
that
quite
doesn't make
obviously,
sense.
yeah,
I'm
they
not.
just made
I'm
it
not
up.
a big fan of Dream Child at all, and for the longest time ever, Part 6 was my most hated one. But it's growing on me now. Later in life, like
Oh, I
because
fucking
it's
love
so
Part
bad that
6.
it's actually good. Like I do really. I think
But
we
then-
should do Part 6 for an episode for sure. But
That'd be fun.
Part 4 I love a lot.
And Part 4 is great. Actually,
A lot of people don't
Needles?
needles.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The drug lady.
That's Part 3.
Dream Warriors, but there's the telekinesis in the Friday the 13th ones is one of my favorites though.
Oh, for sure, me too.
So it's like
1000%.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's just the way that it's executed.
Bugs! That's what it is.
So
Bugs!
Clint Howard just so the main lady here is on the roof, and Clint Howard is holding the mega towards her. I love that photograph.
Yeah.
Like on the internet, it's just Clint Howard, like dirty Clint Howard,
Yeah,
like
holding like a
fucking maggot.
disgusting
I-
giant slimy maggot.
I love it. I love it so much. There's so much to talk about. Well, I guess we'll talk about this movie in particular. It
Right.
was written and directed by Brian Usna and produced by Richard Gladstein. It came out in 1990. This movie is only available on VHS.
really?
interesting.
It was only
Yeah.
once released on DVD as like a 3-pack like DVD, so
Okay.
it's
So
never
it's
been
never
like
been standalone. Okay.
released on DVD or Blu-ray. I think the DVD it's like part 3, 4, and 5.
Well, that makes sense.
Because I have a DVD that has part 1 and 2 on it, but yeah, we're watching my VHS copy, and when this movie first came out, it received a lot of negative reviews. One guy, I thought this was actually really funny. This review made me laugh. This critic said that it was putrid and not worth seeing unless you have a thing for big slimy devil worms.
Oh.
Who fucking doesn't?
What a thing to say.
Like, but
right?
like, yeah, I mean, who doesn't have a thing for fucking big slimy devil worms? Like, if you
Right?
don't, then like, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, what was it? Siskel and Ebert or some shit?
I
Like,
don't know.
like, oh, yeah, like, oh, this movie has no, like,
Some
cinematic
asshat.
value.
Some ass- He's probably one of those guys who likes like home invasion horror.
Yeah.
Like, obviously you're not into a creature feature, so you can't
Yeah,
comment
This
on a
movie is
creature
so
feature.
entertaining.
Man, Screaming Mad George and, like, all the special effects that he's ever done, like, they're always incredible. They're
Oh
slimy.
fuck, he rules. I
They're-
love him so much. We talk about him and Usna a lot in our Society episode, which was a live
Yeah.
show that we did at Shocks Talk. So we'll talk about him like a little bit. But for Screaming Mad George, like I love that he won the Silver Raven Award for Best Makeup in Brussels in 1990. So
Awesome.
like the year that this came out. And yeah, him and Brian have worked a lot together.
Yeah.
And I like that his name is derived from Mad Magazine and Screaming Jay Hawkins.
That's cute.
He is adorable on
That's cute.
Instagram. You
He's
guys should follow
adorable.
him on Instagram.
Oh, really?
He posted like a Christmas post, and he's wearing like, I'm pretty sure he's wearing like a top hat and like fucking eyeliner, and he's like old now. Like he's got like long gray hair, but he's like
my
wearing
God.
vampire fangs. I'm pretty
No.
sure. Yeah, like
Cute.
he's like Merry Christmas.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, no, he's
I love that.
adorable.
That
I
is
do
adorable.
love him. And we do mention it probably in our Society episode. I don't remember. That was like a couple years ago. But he was in a band in the 70s.
Yes, we
Yeah.
for sure talked about that. I do
And
declare.
he did the special effects for his own music videos.
Which is amazing.
But he also directed The Guyver,
Yes.
which I
Right.
made Megan watch when we lived together with
Yep.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
And he also did the special effects for Predator, Big Trouble in Little China, Arena, which is I
that
love.
movie is fun.
I love that
I
movie.
like that movie, yeah.
Is that a Full Moon production?
I don't think
It feels like
it
it
is.
is.
I see your copy right
I know, I
there.
actually can't see my tape, but Arena, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.
It's got like the weird, like Christopher Reeves looking guy in it. He looks almost exactly like him.
I'm trying to think of what he looks like, actually. It's been a while, but
Like
I'm
Christopher
sure
Reeves?
all the- No, not him, the guy from Arena. But yeah, Screaming Mad George. He also worked on Space Truckers.
Oh my God, Space
So
Truckers
all
is
those guys,
fucking
like
silly.
all those like Stuart Gordon, Brian, and him, like they're all this group of directors and producers and writers, special effects creators and everything. Like I like how they all stick in the same group.
Yeah, they
and
got
it
themselves like a
emanates
little
in their
posse
films.
going on.
Support
Yeah,
each
like all
other.
those movies are just so entertaining, and they're like one of my that group of people are like one of my favorites in the horror industry. But he also made Marilyn Manson's boobies for
Yeah,
Mechanical
I remember
Animals.
that.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I remember when I was a kid, I was like, well, those are for sure. Like he got implants. Like, he went,
Yeah.
he
I'm
went
sure you
and
weren't
got
the only one that
Yeah,
thought
I
no, I
was
remember that rumor.
positive
Yeah.
that he got implants.
It was like Marilyn Manson got a sex change. Oh my God, it's so weird.
And then it like phased me for like 3 seconds, and then it like hits you, and it's like Marilyn Manson would get us. Like I don't. It's
Yeah.
not like Princess Diana got a dick or something.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
Marilyn
yeah.
Manson got tits. Yeah, and so
Exactly.
I know.
I'm actually kind of disappointed that he didn't.
I just want to take back what I said about Princess Diana.
She got a dick.
She's actually one of my fave dead celebs. So
That
I don't wanna-
actually would be amazing, though.
I used to think that Dirty Diana would the song, Michael Jackson song, was about her, but I guess it's not.
Jesus fucking Christ! You damn right it's not.
Dirty
Holy
Diana.
shit! Princess Diana
Like,
was a fake.
I was young, okay, I was naive, and they're friends, so I just assumed it when then I read the lyrics like later in life, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that's definitely not about her.
Is it Diana Ross?
I don't know.
I think it might be about her.
Oh, she's a dirty little bitch.
Dirty.
She's a dirty little bitch. So we're talking about Silent Night, Deadly Night 3.
Yes.
So this script was actually was meant for Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, but it was 100% shut down. It was like a complete fucking no-go.
Do you know why?
Interesting.
Like, was the distribution company like, no, I don't like it?
Yeah, it wasn't strong enough.
Oh.
And screenwriter Woody Keith incorporated several ideas that he originally envisioned for his previous film, which was Society.
Yeah, I knew that Woody
Yes,
worked on
I did
Society
see that.
too.
Yeah.
So when, we're talking about, I just thought it was a great moment to bring up that fact, considering we're talking about all these fucking great men working
Yeah.
together.
Mm-hmm.
And like, isn't it wonderful when you don't have to like throw ideas in the garbage? You can
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
use them on other shit. Like your other pals will let you use
Yeah.
them on shit.
And it's kind of
Like,
funny that
that's
you say
pretty
that
cool.
because then part 3 ended up being the worst one.
Right.
So they
Like,
were wrong.
Fucking idiots. What do you know?
I know. Like, don't fucking not trust Brian Usna. Like,
right?
Oh,
if
yeah.
he came up to you with this like story, you're not gonna be like, no, go fuck yourself.
And like,
Idiot.
I think that we can all kind of agree. I don't think it's any secret that the Halloween franchise isn't our favorites, the three of us. Like,
Mhm.
it's not,
Yeah.
it's not a very strong franchise in my eyes, but I think all of our favorites is number 3, and that's the one that steps away from the
Yeah,
Michael Myers
Totally.
motif,
Good
right? So,
point.
like,
That's how I feel about this one.
yeah, it's kind of like a
Yeah.
trend.
Yeah, like I feel like Brian Usna saved this franchise, like the Silent Night franchise, because like then part 3 came out and it sucked.
Right.
And then even like part 2, like it's good, but only when it's good.
Yeah.
But then like part 4 comes out and it's just like fucking slimy goddamn.
Yeah,
dragon.
like,
Wait, I'm seeing more
reimagines
parallels.
everything.
This one is about witches and bugs.
Yeah.
Halloween 3 was about witches
Oh.
and bugs. What? Do we just like witches
Connection.
and bugs?
Yeah. I think we do, obviously.
That's awesome. Well, that just proves that we have great
my.
taste.
Hey, little guy.
Oh, this fucking huge cockroach that's in her
Ooh.
apartment. This is so.
It's like
scream
Harley
at
size.
doors.
Yeah.
I
Jesus
love it.
Christ.
Well,
Slimy
this
bugs.
girl, her name is Neith. I'm assuming, is it Neith? Is that how you? It's like
I would
Keith,
say
but
Neith.
I
with
was thinking
an
someone
N.
else was gonna say that. 'cause I
That's
have
so
no
weird.
fucking
So
idea.
Neith Hunter, who plays Kim, she was a model, and I believe her first movie was directed by Cheech Marin.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the first movie that she. That's funny.
Was it like a
I just liked
softcore
your
porn?
reaction.
Like what?
What? Why would it be a softcore porn?
Well, because
Does Cheech Marin direct porn?
no, but I don't imagine that I direct anything great.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
You know?
I think it's about like a Mexican who tries to like cross the border and like. I don't know, he gets like in trouble and the border people like.
And then they start taking his clothes off. There's a little bit of
Oh, there you go. Maybe you're onto something, Megan.
The
Maybe.
titties come out.
Yeah. I researched it, but I was like, it doesn't seem like
Well,
a
she
movie I
was
would ever watch.
In a couple episodes of Red Shoe Diaries, and
Yeah.
if you motherfuckers remember Red Shoe Diaries,
yeah.
that was some softcore porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that,
That's
David
something that has
Duchovny.
come up a few times
Yeah.
Yeah.
in this podcast.
Because there's only like a few seasons, but every episode is like it's like an anthology show.
Yeah,
Like,
and-
I do remember that.
And so David Duchovny is like
Yes.
the narrator.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
And yeah, because he's a sex addict, so he would narrate like a softcore porn
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
It was on like Channel 39 when I was growing up, and every time
Is that
it came-
Showcase?
Showcase.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Red Shoe Diaries.
What
yeah.
was the thing? Do you guys remember like the Friday night? There was always like a showcase show that was on that was like softcore porn.
And it wasn't Red Shoe.
No, I want to like.
Did they have a lot of softcore porn? Actually, that was a huge
I
thing before
feel
the
like
internet.
softcore porn was like kind of a thing. In
City
the
TV
90s.
also did that a lot. If you recall, Channel 7, City TV, like after 11, 12 o'clock, it was always like softcore, weird kind of.
Can we define
films.
softcore porn for a minute?
It's just like not penetration.
Well, yeah, like they don't
Right.
show the penetration, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
But-
Implied penetration.
Yeah, yeah.
That's softcore porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still all. It's like, but I don't know. Like it's always a little more tender. You know what I mean?
would
Like,
agree.
yeah, because like regular porn, it's always just like somebody getting their fucking balls slapped everywhere or whatever. But like,
Yeah, there's a lot of loud kissing in softcore porn.
yeah, and like soft lighting, so all the soft music, soft lighting, like, and they try a little harder with the story, I think too.
And then you'll see people making love
yes,
in the
making
background,
loud.
but the camera's focused on like a single rose on the table.
I found
Perfect.
it. It
What
was
is it?
called Baby Blue on Friday
Oh,
nights. It was
yeah.
on City TV.
Baby Blue.
Oh.
Yeah,
City
it was.
TV
It was
did it.
on
Okay,
City
yeah,
TV.
yeah.
It was every Friday night at like midnight or like 1 a.m.
Mhm.
They were called like they were like these softcore porn movies that they were. It was like a Toronto channel. And they were called Baby Blue on Friday nights.
Interesting.
Yeah, they.
Well,
yeah,
I've
Fridays
definitely
at
seen a few
midnight.
of those.
Yeah,
And
oh,
then
yeah.
afterwards, they'd play fucking. Then they play Gamera and Godzilla movies all night.
And I'm pretty sure that's where I first saw Flash Gordon. like this
Flash or Flesh?
Flash, like
Okay,
the porn
okay,
version
yeah.
of Flash.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I remember like watching it one day and thinking that it was like Flash Gordon.
like, wow, this is
And I was like,
amazing.
this is like interesting. Why are they sucking toes and shit? Like,
Flash Gordon was one of the first porns that like came onto my radar because I remember my mom thinking it was so funny.
you know what?
And me
Probably
not
me too.
getting it
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
I didn't really get that there was a difference between Flash Gordon and Flash Gordon. I
Yeah.
kind of grew up thinking they were the same movie.
I think I
Mm.
did too.
And then at some point I figured out
it
that
totally
there's-
like it's like softcore,
because it was like a parody
porn, like,
though,
fuck
wasn't
with
it?
our
Yeah.
heads.
Like it was a funny porn, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so popular that there's a fucking strip club in London called Flash Gordon's.
Is that
Oh
so-
yeah,
it
that's
is.
right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Flash.
But Neith Hunter, she's also
Yeah,
she has like
right.
bit parts in movies. Like she's in Near Dark.
Yeah,
she's,
she was.
Is she the girl that picks up Bill Paxton? Like when he's hitching
Because there's
hitchhiking.
2 girls in the truck.
Yeah, she's one of the
Yeah.
girls that picks up
Yeah.
Bill. I think.
Yeah.
She's also in Fright Night 2.
Ooh,
Yeah.
roller skating
I love
vampires.
it. Fright Night 2. We should do Fright Night 2 for an episode,
That
like
would be
1000%. Like that
awesome.
movie is
It's
so
silly.
underrated. I love it. It's like, also the special effects are incredible too. But Neith was also in part 5 of Silent Night, Deadly Night. But she has a very like minor character. She's like the neighbor. And do you guys remember the Carnosaur movies?
Yes, of course.
Fucking
I never seen them.
Big rubber dinosaurs.
fucking right.
We should watch those. Like there's 2, right?
Yes.
So she's in the second one, and which is kind of funny because Clint Howard's in the first one.
Oh, gosh.
But I've never seen them. I just always remember seeing them on the shelf at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And that was that other one that was like
Prehysteria.
with
Yeah.
the guy from Last Action Hero.
Yeah.
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 Austin something.
That like
My Girl 2.
My Girl 2. What are you talking about that fucking shit for My Girl 2? Fuck me. That's like
Austin something.
My Girl 2 is like when they did Dirty Dancing Havana Nights.
Oh,
Like, are you
boo.
fucking
Boo.
kidding me?
Boo.
Just leave it alone. You
Right?
know?
Dirty Dancing was perfect. Patrick Swayze was perfect. Don't ever
And
touch
then
his
they-
legacy, you fucking bitches.
They did a Pretty Woman too as well, which
Really?
is like
Really?
these movies go nowhere. No
His
one
name was
wants to
Austin
see a
O'Brien.
continuation.
That's, yeah.
Austin
Pretty Woman
O'Brien.
2?
Pretty Woman
Obviously
2.
not.
Again,
Julia
just like a
Roberts was
straight
like,
to-
no.
No. And it was like years later, right? It was like in
Was
like
it
the
like
late
Richard Gere and
90s,
his
straight
gerbil in
to-
the tunnel? In his butt?
That it will never
He
die.
whispers sweet nothings into his gerbil's ear.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Beautiful. I'm gonna save you from this life.
Get inside my butthole.
Please help me.
Do we have confirmation if that was true or not? Have we
No, it's
talked
just
about
like a
this?
rumor. I don't think Richard Gere puts gerbils in his bum. I mean, I hope he doesn't.
No, because
I hope he does.
He's
Yeah.
he's
Actually, no, because I feel bad for the
Buddhist.
gerbil.
he's Buddhist
Yeah.
and he would never kill an animal.
No,
for
but you
sexual
don't kill
pleasure.
it. You put a tunnel in
They
your butt. And then,
suffocate.
oh, do they? I thought you
They
just let it run up
must.
and down. That's like a fun thing.
That's
How do
pretty
they-
tight, man. Like, how small are those gerbils?
Well, how big is the tunnel for the butthole?
That's true.
There could be. It could be spacious. You never know.
But I always imagined it'd be like that ancient torture where they put a rat on your stomach and it eats its way through your stomach, right?
yeah.
Because wouldn't it just eat its way through your colon? It's not going to know to follow the trail. It's
Maybe.
just going to like, oh, crunch, walk through that
Yeah.
wall. Oh, stomach, crunch.
Maybe
go
they're
on something-
trained, like those mice that are trained to like know where to go in the
Oh, and
maze.
Coraline, yeah. Like
Yeah.
those mice.
Oh,
We're
see,
getting real deep with
okay,
this.
'cause,
right
like
now.
literally, actually deep. I always just pictured it like
Deep.
you put a tube in your butt and then you put the gerbil in. So then the
Oh,
gerbil's like free to
well
go, come
then,
and go as they
Morgan's
please.
getting all scientific about it now.
I don't know.
But with
Because
the
I care about
tapered
that makes
animals.
sense, though. That
But
makes
yeah,
sense.
that would make more sense.
But how are you
Yeah.
going to get one of those tubes in without a tapered? You'd have to.
You'd have to get a special
like
gerbil
a
tube.
cone, like a
Yeah.
special gerbil bum tube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gerbil bum tube.
I bet you if you Googled
Right.
that, there would be something.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be that video of that guy's fucking dying from the horse fucking
Oh,
him up.
that's
yeah.
it. You know what? It's funny that you mentioned that because when you were saying like, oh, the gerbil going in the butt, like he would have to eat his way out. I just thought to myself like, oh yeah, there's people that are into that, but then it's like that video is fucked.
Oh yeah.
That video was not one that I will revisit. ever.
No, I
No.
saw it once and I was like, I think I'm done with the internet today.
Yeah.
And like, imagine having to tell his parents that that was how he passed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, who tells your parents? Who's knocking on that door and saying, "Please let me be the one to say"?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're idiots as well for raising somebody who's stupid enough to do that.
Yeah. Like, mom opens the door and then there's like, dad is like a donkey wearing a vest, sitting in a lazy boy.
Yeah.
Or
It's fucking Mr. Ed, like, hello everyone.
that makes me think of the horse from Ren and Stimpy. No, sir, I don't like it.
Oh god, I love Ren and Stimpy.
I know, me too.
We fucking digress.
Yeah, so this guy, Reggie Bannister, he plays Eli. Everybody knows him as like the guy from Phantasm.
Yeah, exactly.
All of the
That's his like
Phantasm movies.
main
main
thing that he's known
He's
for.
not in this like very, very much, but he also plays the pharmacist in Wishmaster. He's also in Bubba Otep. And I thought this was kind of interesting. His day job during the Phantasm movies was a flower delivery man for the mortuary and cemetery where the movies were shot at.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Like, I'm not like a huge, honestly, like when it comes to the Phantasm movies, like I know they're loved and respected in like the horror community, but I personally never really got into the first Phantasm, and I like the sequels more. and I get a lot of shit when I say that,
Yeah.
but like it's just, to me, the first one is obviously like a serious, more like
It is,
tone,
yeah. It's different than
70s.
it's different.
The sequels are like my jam because
Yeah.
they're 80s and like they're silly.
Gore
And the third
like
one
the
is
fucking
awesome.
yeah.
Like the third one is my favorite one. Like the second one has that, like, remember that like Freddy head that's
Yeah,
like
mhm.
on her spine, like on her back.
Right.
The special effects are amazing, but the second one is like awesome. Like he has this woman that partners up with him, and she's like female Rambo. Like
Yeah.
she's badass. But a cool thing about Reggie Bannister is when the release of Phantasm 3 was delayed for a year because they didn't think that it was good enough to release, I guess, and they shelved it for like a year. He decided to go out to conventions on his own accord to promote the movie himself.
Oh.
Yeah, he just wanted people to like know about it. And then right now I think he owns his own production company. But
Yeah, he actually did
I like the sequels better.
a short sequel to Salem's Lot, apparently.
Oh.
It was called One for the Road.
Okay.
I don't know. I
never
was
heard of
wanted
that.
to ask about that because, like, I know you know shit about
Well,
fucking.
I've heard
Stephen
Return
King.
to Salem's Lot
Yeah.
is something that I own, but yeah, I'll have to look into that. That's
It was just
interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know
it
that.
said he co-produced it and
Oh, so
starred in
he-
it.
Oh,
It's a short film though, so
Oh.
I
When did it
don't
come
know.
out?
I actually don't have that information.
It might be like a 20-minute, like maybe I can find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
like,
It's
one
called
of
One
these.
for the Road. And he actually also composed the song for Phantasm 4 called
That's adorable.
Have You Seen It?
What's this guy multi-talented?
I know.
So cute.
Have you seen it? Like what? The ball that killed
That just makes me
people?
think of the Guar song, Have You Seen Me?
And he also arranged the song Sitting Here at Midnight that was used in Phantasm as well.
Arranged it.
Yeah. You still get credit for arranging it.
The fuck does that mean?
You know, like help to choose what goes where, basically.
What bing goes where?
Yeah,
Bing bong,
yeah,
yep.
exactly. And he wrote that, or he arranged that with Bill Thornbury. I don't know. So it was in the first Phantasm. So he's a musician.
I'll have
He's
to
a
look into
fucking
that
flower,
later.
mortuary flower delivery guy. He's in Phantasm. He's a cool guy.
It's like a lot of mediocre.
Yeah, right?
He's doing a lot of meh stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, Reggie, you have not impressed Megan.
Next!
So this guy that plays her boyfriend Hank, his name is Tommy Hinckley. He's married to the woman who played the older sister on Life Goes On.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Daboo-dee, daboo-da, life
Life
goes
goes
on.
on.
La, 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 life goes on.
Do-do-do.
He was also in The Terror Within.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Watchers 2 with Mark Singer.
Yeah. Oh my
Speaking
god,
of
Mark
Mark
Singer.
Singer.
Yeah.
We watched this movie last night called For Ladies Only.
Yeah.
It's a TV movie about a guy who is like, he moves to New York
He's
or
got
something,
big
right?
dreams of being an actor and ends up being a stripper because he's not a good actor.
That's like every story about every girl who goes
Yeah.
to LA.
Legit.
And they have to like strip to make money, and it's so degrading. But like the point of the movie though is Mark Singer wears a crop top like more than
Oh
once.
my god. We were
And
playing a
it's
drinking
amazing.
game with crop tops.
And yeah, like every time a crop top was on the screen, we would take a drink.
And we were really drunk
Yeah.
because there was a lot of crop tops. But
Yeah.
Mark Singer,
Mesh.
he was so cute. It was like a mesh crop top, but
Like
like,
a
it's gotta be
red-
mesh, though.
like
Oh.
nipple riding. Like it was not even a shirt.
It's so funny because it's like he's Beastmaster and he's like basically half naked when he's wearing his like Beastmaster outfit. And you don't think twice about it, you know, being like, ooh, but like for ladies only, I was like, holy shit, it like made my night.
Yeah, because he's wearing that and then he's got himself like a little speedo
It's all the
on.
context, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Because
little
he's
short
playing a
shorts.
stripper.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Mark Singer. But yeah, Tommy Hinckley was also in The Cable Guy, and
Cable
I think he's
Guy.
on the basketball team of with Jack Black.
That fucking movie.
I love the dream sequence in The Cable Guy when Jim Carrey has like the green contacts and he's like evil and he's like knocking on the door and he's like, I just want to hang out.
I think that movie
That's the best part.
It's probably one of Jim Carrey's best performances ever.
Yeah, it's
Ever.
it's
He
up
did
there.
a really good job. I think it was just released at a time where he had just come off of like Ace Ventura.
Yeah, which was like
and
the
Liar,
biggest
Liar,
thing ever.
and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
these like
It
really
kinda-
big comedies. So I feel
Yeah,
like
it
people were
dropped
taken
under the
aback.
radar. Yeah,
Because I
you're right.
remember when it came out and people were like, "Oh my god, like that movie's like not good. Like
I
Cable
remember
Guy's
that.
not good." You just have to. That was Jim Carrey. I feel like his first stance being like, "I am fucking way more talented
Yeah,
than
I'm an actor,
dress me
a
up
real
and make me
actor."
say stupid shit."
Yeah.
The medieval times scene.
Oh,
That shit is
he
hilarious.
puts the fucking chicken skin
Yeah,
on his
like the
face.
bacon on his face. I love
man.
Jim Carrey. And yeah, Tom Hinckley was also in Star Trek Generations, which
He
is
was.
one of my favorite Star Trek movies because it's all original and TNG cast members.
I
There's
love
a
together.
lot
that
of
movie.
Star Trek.
I love it.
Clint Howard was.
There's
a
a
big
lot
Star
of
Oh,
Star
yeah,
Trek.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was also in Men at Work, which is Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez.
Oh, I
A
thought you meant the band.
A dream come true.
Oh, that's funny. I forgot that there was the movie as well because it's a band, right?
Yeah, Men at Work is a band.
Are they
but
related? Like, is there anything
No.
to do with
No.
the
It's like a
does the movie
comedy.
have
Men
anything
at Work,
to do
they
with
sing
it?
the song about hats, right?
No, they're men without hats. Maybe they're not hilarious. There's men and there's hats. No work involved, but you're close.
Holy fucking shit.
Amazing.
Men at Work without
Amazing.
hats.
Men without hats at work.
That's not safe.
Oh, man.
And now the song I have in my head is not anything to do with that. You can dance if you want to. Is that one of them?
That's Men Without
Safety
Hats.
dance. Yeah.
That's
Men
safety
without
dance,
hats.
Yeah.
Wait, men without safety hats?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, because they're singing about the safety dance. You're doing it with
Whatever.
hats that are safe.
Whatever.
But they're not wearing the hats in the video though.
No.
They're not taking caution.
What's the band? The band with the red
Devo.
hats. That,
Devo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah.
Men
Men at Work
at
is-
work.
yeah. Look
It's
it
not
up.
fucking white dudes.
Look it up. I need to know what song
Alright.
it is.
We
I come from the land down under. So they're Australian.
Yeah. Okay, so this woman,
Oh.
she's one of the witches, and she's drugging Kim with coffee and bugs.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Eat the bug. Oh, just ate it.
Okay, so basically, this movie is like this clan of witches. They want to initiate Kim into their coven. And it's funny because it's like, just because it takes place like during Christmas, but the witches, like their ritual that they want to prepare is a Christmas ritual.
Mhm.
I love that that's like how Brian like incorporated like Christmas into the movie, because like in the first two, they're all, you know, like the characters are dressed as Santa Claus, and like Santa Clauses are killing people and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Whereas this one is just like, well, it's a, you know, a coven of witches, or we're doing a Christmas ritual.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's, I like that it's different, and yeah, the third one was different, but it just wasn't executed well,
Right.
in my opinion. But this woman, Maud Adams, she's like the main witch of the coven. I found her history very interesting
She's
when I was
very fascinating.
yeah, she's very interesting. Aside from Clint Howard, she's probably like the most interesting like actor in this movie. So she plays Fema, and this is cool. She's been 2 Bond girls.
Yeah.
She was in The Man with the Golden Gun and Octopussy.
She is Octopussy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like she's the main.
That's awesome.
person in that
and
movie,
she
yeah.
was also an extra in A View to Kill, so she's technically in 3 Bond movies, and she was one of the Bond girls in the Playboy in 1987. She is gorgeous. She was a model for like
Yeah.
most of her life.
Of course, she's from
Swedish.
Sweden,
Oh,
so
yeah.
yes, that's
Yeah.
why.
Beautiful.
And Roger Moore actually has said that she was his favorite Bond girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And then that made me kind of like go back and start watching like the
Mhm.
old Bond movies.
Mhm.
And I started watching them, and I can't wait to get the one with her. She is beautiful. So yeah, she is Sweden. She was a model, and then she moved to Paris from Sweden, and then she moved to New York, where at one point she was one of the highest paid and most exposed models in the world.
That's fucking.
I googled like
Crazy.
photos of her, and like, yeah, she was gorgeous.
Mhm.
And
even in this movie, she's fucking
Yeah.
flawless.
And then she did Silent Night, Deadly
I
Night.
love that
Right?
fact. I
Oh my
love it.
God.
Like I think,
That's
and
funny.
like I like that she did it too. You know what I mean? Like she probably like I don't know. I don't really know any models or any like supermodels or anything like that. But you would think that models wouldn't like look at a script that Brian Usner wrote and
I
be
know.
like, yeah, this looks interesting to
Yeah.
me.
But that's how I
maggots.
feel about Barbara Crampton. Like, she to me is a
Yeah.
supermodel.
You're right.
Like, she has
Mhm.
those features, and she like just loves this shit.
She loves it.
Like-
It was her birthday 2 days ago.
Yeah.
As well. Her
Mhm.
birthday is 2 days before mine.
Gotta love a sexy woman. Who's,
And
like,
we met
into
her.
this.
We met her this year at Frightmare in the Falls, and she's like
Flawless.
Yeah, like I
She
have like
is.
no words. Like it's insane. Like, and she has kids too,
Yeah,
and she
looks-
still looks incredible.
Aww. No.
Okay, so they're doing one of the rituals right now, and Clint Howard is helping out like a good minion.
Yeah. Like, good man.
So it's getting a little slimy right now, and
Oh,
they put
yeah.
a maggot, or was that a rat?
No, it was like
The-
a big wormy thing.
It was the
Yeah,
maggot,
okay, so
yeah.
they put it like in her belly, and now it's inside of her. This is very Creep Show to me as well. Like, you know the scenes in Creep Show
where it's shot like that, like the
The
comic
people's
kind of.
faces when they're surprised, and like the background is like all red
Yeah.
hues and shit and blue. So now the oh, I see a booby.
Ew. Okay,
my
she's
God, that was
barfing up a
rich.
Yeah, so now
giant.
she's
Giant-
barfing out a giant slimy
I
fucking
am
worm.
not feeling this.
You still want to have some steak after this?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Fucking gross.
That was really good.
Thank you, Screaming Mad George.
Right?
But yeah, Maud Adams,
Christ.
her first cameo in a movie was, I thought this was also fascinating too. Like the more that I read about her, like the more that I was like, this is really, really cool. Her first cameo in a movie was in a movie called The Boys in the Band from 1970. And it was actually one of the first American movies to revolve around gay characters and the first movie to have the word cunt.
Ooh,
Really?
That's
Yeah,
good.
isn't that cool? And she is also the president of a Scandinavian cosmetics company.
Oh, good for her. So she's already like,
it all.
yeah.
Yeah. The only other movie that she was in, besides like all these like Bond and this movie, that I still haven't seen, and I keep getting like mixed reviews, like should I watch it, should I not, is Rollerball with
Yeah.
James Caan.
yeah.
A lot of people are like, oh, you gotta watch it. And then like some people are like, when I say that I haven't seen it, they're just like, it's okay. I'm like, should I watch it? Should I not?
I would say go for it. Make your own opinion. Fuck everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
James Caan, and it's called Rollerball.
Yeah.
They get into, is it like American Gladiators, that giant
what I'm
ball that they do?
Is that what it is?
You know, they get in the giant cage
Yeah.
ball and they roll
Except
around
I think
and
this is like,
smash each other.
what's that shit that...
like a dome, like in Mad
Derby?
Max.
Yeah, like Derby.
Yeah, like it's kind of like a dome. Like I've seen like the trailer, so
Mhm.
it's kind of like a derby thing. But
Right, where the,
I know they remade it with
the
a,
like dirt bike rides around.
yeah,
and
except they're like
fucking-
they're on roller skates, right?
Right.
Oh, they are? Okay.
I would
don't know.
imagine.
I've never
Rollerball-
seen it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
You know, they did remake it. That's
yeah, with Rebecca Romaine.
That's funny. That's another movie that we were supposed to be in that we were like, this movie looks fucking retarded.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you are a fool. Your past selves. Shame on your
I
past
know.
selves.
You
So
could have been
stupid.
at Rollerball.
Yeah.
James
The-
Caan!
James Caan!
The-
James Caan!
The remake of Rollerball, not the fucking James Caan one.
well,
We're just
obviously.
pretending.
I know. Oh, were you around the 70s?
Yeah,
Were you
right.
in the fucking originals?
My
No.
brain immediately like actually assumed that. Well, that movie apparently is garbage, so maybe
Well,
you made
yeah,
the right decision.
yeah. Because, yeah, we were talking yesterday about that Jake Gyllenhaal movie, with Bubble Boy or whatever. We were supposed to be in that one, too.
Okay, that movie was legit bad, though.
Yeah.
So that's a good choice.
And-
Like, just like a walk-on.
There's like a scene where there's like a all-girl band that
And
you
Oh, okay.
playing.
He like crowd surfs in his
Oh,
bottle.
so you wanted? Oh, they wanted you to be the band. I was
Yeah.
gonna say if they want.
Yeah.
I love when they do like walk-ons where you would just like be characters with lines.
Yeah. Oh,
Walk
no.
on.
Awkwardly.
I would never, ever.
Right?
I am a poor actor.
Well, so were the Spice Girls, but Spice World was one of my favorite movies.
That's true. That movie was fucking silly.
It had
I've never
aliens in
seen
it.
it.
It was. What?
I know.
Everything happens in that movie. Everything.
Murder? Do they murder someone?
Well, it's Spice Girls. Like, no. Like, people fall from, like, great heights, but they bounce and
The
they live.
only
and-
thing I know about that movie is they cover a Gary Glitter song, and yeah, he's a piece of shit. But
He's
I
a
love his
pedo.
music. But I love his music though. They cover.
Forgot about that fucking
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah.
they cover that.
I know. I can picture the video.
Yeah, and his eyebrows are like
Yeah.
all the way the fuck up here. I'm a leader. I'm
Yeah.
a leader. I'm pretty sure that's the song that they do in Spice
Oh, they do.
World.
Actually,
Yeah.
they do. They sing that song.
That's a great song.
It's a great movie.
But fuck Harry Glitter.
Yeah.
Creepy. So let's talk
Howard.
about Clit Howard.
Clit Howard?
Clint Howard.
Clit Howard.
He just turned 60 this year.
As I'm reading about him, I'm going, that makes him interesting. That makes me not like him. That makes him interesting. I really don't like him anymore. It was like he has so many contradicting.
What a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That man has me on the edge of my seat.
I agree, because I know what you're talking about. There's a few things very interesting.
Yeah, some would call it interesting. Fucking hell.
Well, then proceed.
I didn't read that he said anything about Trump, but it was pretty obvious that him and Ron,
They-
had mentioned that they butt heads a
Yeah.
lot about their political
Yeah.
views.
Interesting.
So they're both really firm believers on each other's on different sides. But other than that, I mean, he's fucking in every goddamn movie
He has
ever made.
250 acting credits.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling down the fucking thing, and I'm like, I can't write all this
I
down.
know, me too.
Yeah.
I know.
He's been in 17 of Ron's films as well. So
wonderful.
it's it's nice that his brother also helps him out or whatever. But I think he was in Cocoon, he was in Backdraft, he was in Apollo 13, he was in Far and Away, and
He was in The Grinch.
yeah, and
Like the-
250
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, it's crazy. He started acting at the age of 2 in the Andy Griffith Show. And his character was a kid named Leon who would walk around offering people a bite of his sandwich.
Oh my god.
Then was a regular on the show, Gentle Ben. And which is funny because his Wikipedia photo is a photo of him from Gentle Ben.
Really?
And
Aw.
Ben is a bear.
Yeah.
So it's a photo of him as a child by a bear. I think that's hilarious that that's his Wikipedia photo. He's in various Star Treks.
Oh God.
So in 1966, he was the alien Balok, and he reprised that role for William Shatner's roast.
Yes, I read about that. I didn't see the
Me
footage,
neither.
but I find it interesting because that episode that he was in is one of the first Star Trek episodes
Yeah.
that was ever aired. It was the first. I think it was the second episode or the third episode, but it was technically the first episode that was ordered, not the pilot episode.
Yeah,
because in the pilot episode, William Shatner isn't even.
It's not William
even.
Shatner,
He's
yeah.
not Kirk. Yeah. But that one is pretty famous because he's
Yeah.
the weird alien kid that's he's got a bald head
Oh yeah,
and shit.
he's
it's fucking
wearing
weird.
a little fucking headband.
Yeah.
It's neat to be able to I educated myself doing this research, and now to be able to pass that information on to our listeners that I believed truly that he was only famous due to his brother's success.
Yeah.
And it was such an eye-opening thing to discover that I did not give him the credit that he deserves. He's a talented, hardworking actor.
Yeah. Well, and he also comes from an acting family. His
Yeah.
father was also an actor, and he was in a shit ton of movies, over 100 movies. And Ron Howard, before he became a hugely, wildly successful director, was also an actor because he was the star of the Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah.
And then so obviously his getting his brother and stuff like that into acting as well. His dad was in Cool Hand Luke. He was also in Apollo 13. His dad was in Ticks.
I loved it.
Universal Soldier. The
I
Birds.
love it. I'm all ears.
He was in. Oh man.
Sorry, continue.
No, and okay, one other movie that his dad was in that I was like, it's called Bigfoot: The Unforgettable Encounter, and this movie.
Name of my porn.
In brackets, I put turd with one of the Home Improvement kids.
Is
So-
it JTT?
No, it's
It's
not.
the oldest one.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
ugly one.
Okay,
I know
so
exactly what
I-
yeah, the ugly one.
I have a copy of that movie at home on VHS. I found it at the Goodwill in Stratford.
That's
So it's
amazing.
I imagine it to be kind of a Harry and the Hendersons
Kind of, yeah.
situation.
But after, because
Like
Harry and the
family
Hendersons
movie.
was good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
it's not a horror
horror.
movie.
Okay,
no.
yeah.
No. it's like, oh, Bigfoot, this Bigfoot is my fucking friend.
That is interesting to me.
Smells like Bigfoot's
that Harry,
dick.
that Harry and the Hendersons shit, like, it makes me feel weird, man.
Does it?
Yeah, when it was on when I was like a kid, I
that show was
couldn't watch it. I
amazing.
couldn't watch
Really?
it. It made me feel weird.
Because it was a movie first, and then it was a show.
The show. I never
Okay.
even
And I'd only
seen
seen the movie.
I've never
Weird.
even, like, I just remember the show being on TV and being like, this makes me feel really uncomfortable.
Go on.
Why? Because like
I
a big
don't know,
hairy
it's
man
like,
is like
yeah, it's not
he's
right.
like that. It's like Elf.
I hate Elf too because he eats cats.
We started watching Elf, introducing Dave's 7-year-old son to Elf, which he loves. But like as we're watching it, it's like he'll like creep in on the daughter while she's changing. You know what I mean? And it's like all
really?
innocent, and he's like a cute little puppet, so it like
Yeah.
makes you want
But
to.
Elf was a perverted old man.
But
basically.
yeah, and then you realize that he's in fact a little person in a suit. It's not a puppet or
Yeah.
anything. It's like this little person in a suit, and you can see his little bum. And it's
my
so cute, but then
God.
yeah, like you watch these movies from like our childhood, and you realize like how great the 80s were because like a titty's a titty.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
We've talked about this
But-
before, where like it's interesting to see like the difference between like kids shows now compared to the kids shows and movies from our childhood.
Oh man,
Like, 'cause
children
we
are
talked about this.
coddled.
Yeah, they are. They
this
are
day
now.
and
They
age.
are.
Yeah.
And
We
like, when
saw
were
some
kids-
shit,
Dude,
man.
Return to Oz. It's like the
I know.
perfect example.
Yeah, it's such a fucked up movie.
Yeah, but fucking Clint Howard is also in Deep Space Nine and Enterprise and Discovery.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like big in the like Star Trek universe.
world.
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
He has one
Discovery
of
yet,
those
but
faces, you know, like he's such an animated.
He's a very interesting looking guy.
Such an animated person. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
shocked. So one of my favorite of the Winnie the Pooh stories is A Blustery Day.
Uh-huh.
And so I discovered that he voiced Roo, which is Kanga's child.
Yeah.
If you know anything
The
about
little
the world of
pouchy
Winnie
guy.
the Pooh. Yeah.
So cute.
So in 1968, he voiced Roo from The Blustery Day. And I was like, that's one segment in the House on Pooh Corner movie, which has like 5 segments. I wonder. And so I looked into it, and he does Roo's voice. Like, he is Roo's voice. I thought it was just for that one segment.
Oh,
But
It's like
he
the entire-
is, like, he
Really?
I had no
worked
idea.
for Disney. And
And look
is,
at him
like,
now. He's got
permanent
like a
cast.
weird
I
fucking like
know.
porno mask with the big nose, like the guy from Slipknot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sit on my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the part in the movie when they have their little sexy ritual.
Yeah.
And Clint
Sexy
Howard-
Christmas ritual.
I know, sexy Christmas ritual. And yeah, it's quite interesting and very
That's like the
very
part-
Brian Usna.
On Clockwork Orange, when they break into
Yeah.
that, and he's wearing a mask like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ew, but it's like made out of like toilet paper rolls. Like
But
what
he
the
doesn't
fuck?
even like what I don't even know why he's wearing the mask, to be honest. Like maybe if I paid attention, but it's not like he's using it to fuck.
Yo, that
her.
looks like
have
that's
sex with her
Yeah.
right now?
Oh yeah, yeah.
With that
we're
mask?
watching sex.
But he's a minion. Why does he get to have sex with her?
I think because doesn't he have to like impregnate her? Why am I asking?
Guys,
Oh my
there's
God,
a-
I've never seen
I'm
this.
uncomfortable.
There's a head on the end of that nose. Like that's he's got a dildo on his face. No, look at it. Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
it
look.
does.
It's got a head on it.
If I-
He's
serious,
fucking her with his face. This movie is fucked.
That's why I like it. Like that's why I love.
Yo,
Brian
that was
Usna. He doesn't give a
crazy.
shit. He just like takes it to that level. I mean, obviously, like Society is a perfect
Yeah.
example.
Oh, totally.
This was more disturbing. This little Clint Howard sex scene was more disturbing than anything in Society. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I don't ever want to see Clint Howard's chest hair ever again.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Ew.
extra greasy.
It was so greasy. Oh
Well,
my fucking god.
Yeah, that was gross.
Clint
Anyways.
Howard also started a new wave band in the 80s called the Kempsters. They were only together for a couple years, but they never released an album, but they have a few songs recorded. He's a World of Warcraft player.
That's cute.
Nerd! He also used to be an avid golfer, but he had a hip replacement surgery, so he can't play anymore. And what he does on his spare time right now is he makes snow globes.
Like, what in the actual fuck?
Yeah, they're like custom snow globes.
I
What
make...
a weird niche, like,
Yeah. How do you get into that? Do you,
hobby.
like, do a workshop and then you're like, I've fallen in love with
Maybe.
making snow globes?
maybe he just like happened to do a workshop and then was like, I love fucking snow globes.
He would love fucking snow
Yeah.
globes.
With that big weird dick nose that he just
I
had.
know.
Seriously.
So now she just like is
This is
birthing-
some fucking
This
screaming
is-
Mad George
I
using
know,
this shit.
like, okay, now the movie's getting good. Like, there's a lot of talking in the first, like, hour. But, yeah, now this is very, like, from beyond colors and, like, society slime.
yeah, like she's turning into
Like, she, like, birthed that, like, maggot roach
yeah,
thing.
but she's like turning into like a maggot basically.
Yeah.
Like her legs are fusing together and she's all slimy and shit and she's like crawling out of the.
This one is so
Oh.
much better than part 3. I like the oozing sounds.
And then there's some like Hellraiser shit going on.
It is
here.
a little bit, yeah. There's some like
Yeah.
that guy looked like he was on a hook.
Like hanging from chains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck my life. This is fucked up, man.
Yeah, I'm glad that like it was like the build up to that though. Like sometimes it gives me like the shunting vibes. Do you know what I mean?
it totally
like
does.
society is like, oh, this weird stuff's going on, and there's like a couple weird things here and there, and then at the very end, it's like this like culmination of like
Right.
oozing craziness. It was very similar to that, where it's like the movie seemed like it was like kind of, it was like.
Yeah.
Like you said, a lot of talking, not that interesting, but then all of a
her
sudden it was like,
cocoon.
oh.
Yeah, so the ritual's over, and this clean guy shows up, and she's, like, naked, and she's like, what's happening? Oh, my God, I got raped by a maggot. So, yes, you mentioned, Megan, that, like, there's too many movies to talk about with Clint Howard's career, but I just wrote down a few, just my favorites. So, Evil Speak is,
Awesome.
and, like, The Wraith are, like, my two,
Yeah.
like, Clint
Mhm.
Howard, like, favorite
Mhm.
movies that he's done. Like, Evil Speak, have you seen it,
Mm-mm.
Megan? Oh, God,
Yeah,
I love it
so much fun.
It's so good. Like, Bob from that 70s show is in it, and he's in this, like, military school, and he's, like, berated, and Bob is, like, a bully and everything, but he finds this computer that's, like, possessed
In the
by Satan.
basement,
And, like,
it's weird.
fucking Richard Mole is in it. It's great. It's awesome. It's super Satan-y. You would love it.
It's like, but
and
it's like
obviously The Wraith.
computer Satan-y.
Yeah, it's awesome. But the graphics are hilarious because
Yeah.
it's like in the 80s, so it's
yeah.
like computer 80s graphics.
Oh,
And it's like, yeah, it's awesome. We should watch it sometime.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
would actually recommend that for an episode for sure. The Wraith, obviously, his hair in The Wraith
Yeah.
is the
Unforgettable.
best. I love it.
Unforgettable.
Ticks, we mentioned Ticks. Ticks as well, another slimy movie that he was in. And obviously, The Dentist 2, which I actually haven't seen, which is a
I have
Brian
not
Usna
seen
movie, but
as
I've seen
well.
the first one.
Yeah.
Is it Richard Corbin? Is that his name? I'm pretty sure he's the guy who plays the dentist, but I've never seen the second one. But he's also in a movie that I just watched on Christmas, Santa with Muscles.
I was about to say,
Hulk Hogan.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Jackie from that 70s show, which is actually kind of funny.
Santa with Muscles is awful.
It's actually, you know what though? We tried to watch it once, like years ago, and we were like, we shut it off. I
We
watched
did,
it the
yeah.
other day on Christmas, and it's not that bad because since then we've watched a lot worse. Shit.
Well, yeah, I guess when you're
it's
like
actually
looking
watchable.
into the abyss of bad movies and you're like,
And it's a deep abyss.
yeah,
He
it's
has
so
like
deep.
cut off. Is his Santa suit got cut off
Yes,
sleeves?
yeah, like fucking,
okay.
like, yeah.
Obviously,
obviously,
right? Why,
yeah.
of course he does.
It's ridiculous. He's like a criminal at the beginning of the movie, but then he gets amnesia and is like wakes up in a Santa suit and like thinks that he's Santa. Like that's the plot.
my
and he's like living
God.
with this family, and Jackie is one of the daughter. And she's the one that like makes his custom like fucking
Gotta
like,
show off those 24
sleeveless fucking
pythons,
Santa
brother.
Oh,
jacket.
she makes it because this
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
I picture him doing.
No, you would think that.
Just
but yeah,
one clean
no.
rip.
But he's also in a movie that I own that I haven't watched yet called Forced to Kill with Michael Ironside. But I've still never seen The Ice Cream Man.
I know
I
that's a
haven't either,
movie,
and
yeah.
that's a must because that's
Yeah.
all I can picture, but I've never seen it. Like I picture
Same.
that image,
Yes.
you know, with him in that hat with the.
And like the ice cream cone is like with
Ice-
the eyeball.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
It's like years of my life knowing the existence of this movie, and it's appalling that I haven't seen it yet.
Well, I think that just like says it all. Like we need to either do an episode
Mm-hmm.
or like just watch it together and do like some bonus shit or something
Yeah.
because I too
It sounds
would love
absurd,
to see that
right?
movie.
But one last thing, obviously, Seinfeld.
Ah. Yeah.
And doesn't he say like, "Oh, Aunt Lando sucks"?
Yes, he does.
In the
so
cab?
he's the It's from the episode. Did I write down? Yeah, the trip
When
part
they're in
2.
LA.
Yeah, when they go to LA, and for our listeners, I don't know if you guys remember this one, you know, and then he's the criminal in the back of the cop car, and then they leave the door open and he escapes.
Oh, the cop car, right? Yeah. That whole conversation in the car, I just remember being like really, really funny.
Yeah, because he's like some criminal and they're just like
Ant-Man
shooting the
sucks.
shit. Yeah, he's such a fucking. I don't know this guy.
He's animated. He's very
I
animated.
wanna look up his net worth. I don't know why I'm always so fascinated in that, but it's like for all the things that you do,
Let me look it up for you.
are they kind of like because you love acting, or are you banking some serious shit?
4 million.
That's it.
Yeah,
He has over 200 credits and
Yeah.
$4 million is his net
Yeah.
worth.
Well,
So
I'm
this
pretty
is
sure
clearly,
that,
a
like-
passion. Like he's not.
Yeah. Brian Usna does, like, I mean, like, he makes films that we love, but he doesn't make films that, like, make him, like, bazillions of dollars. He's not Ron Howard
I
rich.
was
He's
gonna say,
Clint Howard rich.
yeah, and Ron Howard can't go around giving him a ton of money because he's never like a great character in his movies.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe he does, though. Maybe he hooks him up. Because Ron Howard, I can imagine, I think that Ron Howard is Steven Spielberg rich.
Oh, you motherfucking
Yeah.
better believe
Yeah.
He
it.
is. Like, he's
Yeah.
got to be at least
Right.
that, like, that level of rich. Like,
Well, and like,
personally,
if
if I
I
made...
even Happy Days, like going back
Yeah.
to like the
Mhm.
60s.
Totally.
It's
If I made that much
Spielberg,
money...
Ron Howard
Yeah.
and James Cameron.
Yes.
That
I would-
like those are like no one can
Totally.
touch those dudes.
Yeah.
Financially, I don't think directors like unless you're Michael Bay, but fuck Michael Bay because he's untalented.
Cheap
You know,
explosions,
like
CGI.
let's blow some shit up. Let's put Megan Fox in a bunch of shit.
He used to be a good director. Like, didn't he do fucking... What's that Nick Cage movie? Oh my god. My brain is not working because I am drinking and my body needs steak.
She just pointed to her vagina when she
No,
said
I
that.
didn't!
You did so!
Which one?
The Rock.
I
Oh.
love that movie.
Yeah, like he
Yo,
directed The Rock.
There's
The
and
a
Rock
lot
is
of
awesome.
explosions in The Rock,
Yeah.
but they are necessary.
So like, he was good
The
at
Rock
one
is
point.
awesome,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Because Sean Connery's in it, Michael Biehn is in it,
Yeah.
fucking Nicolas Cage is in it. Love it. Sean Connery is a badass in that movie, actually.
I haven't seen it in a really long time.
I have
Mike
my copy.
Ironside in it?
Yes, I think he is. He's one of the.
he is.
Yeah, he's one of the bad
Now
guys.
I'm
too, yeah.
intrigued.
There's
Yes.
a lot of people in that fucking
Yeah,
movie.
that's
no,
yeah,
that's
and you know what?
incredible.
I shouldn't say that. Michael Bay doesn't suck. It's just when you compare him to Steven Spielberg, who has such an incredible fucking career,
Yeah.
and then you put Michael Bay beside him, and it's like those Transformer movies all motherfucking
they-
suck.
Oh, you know what? I
Garbage.
stopped watching.
Didn't he
I
do
saw
like
the first one? And
Did
that
he
was
do
it.
the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies?
And that sucked.
I watched the first one and I was like, I want my life back. Like I want like 2 hours.
I want those 2 hours back.
Like, I was like, this is garbage. And then they did another one, and I was like, no, I'm never
Farts,
watching
poop.
it.
Like
Awful.
Die Hard, Michael Bay fans, I feel like they also are into like Nickelback a lot.
Just generalizing the shittiest people on the earth
You know
right
what
now.
I mean?
Like, if you like fucking Transformers and Nickelback, then we hate
Yeah,
you.
they smell like Axe body.
Or they're
spray.
like,
Yeah.
they're those people who are like, I'm into really heavy music. Have you ever heard of Evanescence?
I listen to metal. I listen to Evanescence.
Yeah, exactly. These fucking metalheads with their fucking
That's so
Evanescence.
funny.
Did Pantera do? Was it Pantera who did that Sickness song?
No,
Down
that's
with the
Disturbed,
That's
girl.
Disturbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Pantera came out with the song around that time, and it was like their big one. Because when I looked, I was trying to put Pantera on my phone, and I was like, that song! Name their most popular song. And that
Pantera?
Girls from Hell?
It like came out in like the early 2000s.
Oh, so it's probably something from
Something from
Reinventing
yeah,
the Steel.
yeah.
Yeah.
It all just
Because
reminds me of...
Reinventing the Steel did come out like around that same
It
time.
came out in 2000.
Okay, around this time,
Yeah.
Down with the Sickness. So
'Cause-
yeah, it's like people who are like down with the. Because I was like, no, because Pantera, if they made that song, that's a fucking shitty song.
Yeah, no, Pantera. You know what? Let me tell you, Pantera's worst song is 10,000 times better than anything that Disturbed
fuck,
ever
absolutely.
did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ever did. Like, Reinventing the Steel
I
is
love
not
that
their
album.
best work. I love
I
it because I
actually-
have nostalgia and there's a
Yeah.
lot of
You know
there
what,
is a
though?
lot of stuff on it that I'm like, that's cool.
I listen to Pantera a lot, and that album, I think, in my opinion, is still better than Far Beyond Driven.
What?
Because
Okay,
but
I'll
you
tell
know
you, the
what my
first
argument
four
is?
songs of
But the
Far Beyond
first
Driven
four
are
songs, but the rest sucks.
I know,
dude.
they're not
like
the
the
best.
latter half of Far Beyond Driven. we're, like,
after
going a
after
sing
the
here, but,
song
like,
that's the interlude about him fucking that girl.
It's,
Is,
and like, but all of Reinventing the Steel, like the whole album is amazing. But anyways, yeah.
Oh, because Michael Bay!
Right. That's awesome.
That's
so,
weird.
do we have anything else to say
Clint.
about Clint?
Oh fuck, he's a guy. What a guy.
What a guy!
Is he? No, he's divorced. I was gonna say, I specifically wanted to see what his significant other did or looked like, but
Yeah.
I love
you know
doing
what,
that, too.
Megan,
I always
he-
research what their
love
wives
it.
He's
look
probably a difficult man.
I imagine that he would be a difficult man.
That's so that's Brian Usna's son.
Yeah.
Conan, and
Conan
he
Usna.
also is in part 5, and he's got these like killer because part 5 is all about like killer toys.
Yeah.
And the rollerblade scene, the killer rollerblade.
It's called Toys, isn't it?
Toy
Something-
Maker, the Toy Maker.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, let's talk like just like really, really quickly about Brian because like these are all facts that we already mentioned in our society episode.
Yes.
But in case you haven't listened to that episode, we'll just get into a little bit. So he was born in the Philippines. He grew up in Nicaragua and Puerto Rico and Panama. Then moved to the States in the '60s. So he's well versed in all parts of the fucking world.
Right, of course.
He him and Stuart Gordon and Ed Naha, I still like have to mention it because it's still like a fantastic fact in my opinion that they wrote Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I think that is hilarious because
Yeah.
I grew up with that movie
And
and later
huge.
in life being in like a horror movie buff and like that makes total sense and it's like hilarious.
It's demented enough that that you
Yeah.
will be like, yes, that makes sense. Those guys, they wrote that.
So he started his own film label under the Barcelona Film Company, Filmax, so he could produce modestly budgeted horror sci-fi films. So his purpose is to like make these lower budget horror movies,
Yeah.
which we all love and cherish till this day. And I like that he's very diverse in his work. He directs, writes, and produces.
Yeah, I got a long list of
Yeah,
shit.
so do I. So I have my list kind of like I did mention it in the Society episode, but I have like it in different sections. So
Yeah.
let's go over the ones that he directed. So he directed Society.
That was the first
we
movie
were
that
talking
he
about that
ever
last
directed.
night. Like
Yeah.
seriously, like I will never forget the first time that I watched Society. That
I know.
was a pivotal moment of my life that will be ingrained in my brain.
Yasmina, you and I will be
forever.
like 90 years old in the old age home and be like, do you remember when we saw Society for the first time?
Like the best was like when Morgan's boyfriend Ben came to pick her up and us retelling the story to him
Yeah,
when we were like stoned
because we
and
were
drunk.
hammered and fucking stoned and like trying to
like
explain.
relay
How do you
the
explain
plot
that movie?
to someone
Like,
that's
this-
never seen it.
Yeah, and he was just like, what? What? And there's like, you know, like a face and a butt. It was incredible.
I know, but he also directed The Dentist 1 and 2
Mm-hmm.
and Progeny, which was also written by Stuart Gordon.
Thank you for saying that.
What?
Thank you.
What?
Because I always call it progeny, and I'm like, that can't fucking be right.
Wait, now I'm doubting myself. Is it Progeny?
It's Progeny.
Because
Oh, okay.
It would be.
Celtic Frost, or is it Celtic Frost?
It's
Sing
see,
a song
some
called
people say
Progeny
Celtic.
or Progeny.
I say Celtic.
It's Celtic Frost.
I say Celtic, but I have heard people, like European people, say Celtic.
Well, you know what? Those people are wrong.
But that's where they're from, right? So I'm like,
So that band with that name sings a song with that name, and whenever I try and tell people about it, I'm like, you know
Yeah.
that band who sings that song, and I can't pronounce either of them, but they're English words.
But yeah, so
Progeny.
Brian directed and produced The Bride of Reanimator and Beyond Reanimator.
Fuck yeah.
Return of the Living Dead 3. And I love that, Morgan, you have finally come to appreciate part 3.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh, you didn't like it?
She hated it, like, for, like, the longest
Okay,
time.
no, I didn't hate it. I just maybe I think that my mind was a bit clouded about
I understand
that
that
franchise,
though.
because,
It's
like, the-
you love the first one.
the first one, even the second one, like those were movies like when I was a kid, like I watched a lot, and I would make other people watch them a lot, and then I like just even based on like how 90s the third one
It
was,
is
I was
very
always
90s
like,
compared to 1 and
I was
2.
always like, in my later years, like, man, that movie this looks really stupid. But when I watched it again, I was like, oh, I remember this movie. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't remember it being that bad. There was stuff that, like, I guess I had watched back then that was burnt into my brain. Anyways, I do feel like it's not that bad.
I love it.
It's still
when I
very
was a kid-
90s.
Yeah, it is very 90s. But like when I was a kid,
But it's
I was
okay.
obsessed with her.
Yeah.
Like I just thought that she looked so badass and like so cool, and like I wanted to be her.
I remember you saying that. She's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also directed and produced Necronomicon, the 2 segments, The Library with Jeffrey Combs playing H.P. Lovecraft, and Whispers, which is the one with the guy and his wife was dead and she comes back like this weird like tentacle Cthulhu
Yeah.
thing.
That was awesome.
That's yeah. I think that's the one that
It would
he
make
did.
sense.
It's called Whispers, so like
Yeah.
I can't really remember. But there's also the one with the cop, like the female cop. So I'm
Mhm.
like, now I'm doubting myself. I could be wrong. Sorry, guys. And so he produced and wrote From Beyond.
Amazing.
That's, in my opinion, one of our best episodes.
Okay.
And he produced Reanimator, Dolls, The Guyver, Ticks, and Warlock. Warlock! I love you, June Stanton. My precious Julian.
Yeah. Oh my god. And well, he produced. Did you mention Dagon?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So yeah, he produced that as
God,
well.
I love that
which
movie.
Which all
is-
makes sense because he's clearly a creature feature kind of guy.
Yeah.
And Lovecraft only like all of his books are about
yeah.
creature features.
He's
Every single fucking
Mhm.
one.
he's got into a lot of Lovecraft, which I think is pretty incredible. So
Okay, so the movie is over, but let's just, we didn't mention some other actors in it, which is fine. Like the woman who plays Jane in the movie, her name is Margene Holden. I thought that it was cool that she was Shiva in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. We need to make Morgan watch. She's,
Oh,
Shiva
no.
is like a part of the Shokan clan, like, so she's
Yeah.
a Goro. So
Yeah.
she's like a female Goro. But like the CGI is so
It's so bad.
garbage. It's,
It's
so,
so
bad. Like, oh my god, we need to fucking watch
so
it one
bad.
night. It's like, I can't believe how bad it is. But she's also a stunt woman and a martial artist, and she's also in Nemesis
oh,
and
that's
Renegade.
cool.
Renegade,
Oh,
the show
really?
with
Like
Lorenzo
Lorenzo
Lamas. And another
Hello.
Deep Space Nine actor as well. And Megan. I can't believe I didn't know this. I didn't know that.
Brian Usna's wife made pasta on this fucking. Apparently,
Weird! I never noticed that.
It
It's like
said
in the credits. It's
pasta by, and then it says Kathy something Usna.
Sherry is her middle name.
Oh my god.
So,
So Brian Usna's wife made pasta for catering.
She helps.
She's helping. That's amazing. She
That's
helps.
so cute.
What?
Let's just go over, like, really, really quickly, some Christmas movies that we enjoy watching over the holidays.
Do they have to be horror?
No, anything you want.
Okay, well, I personally, I'm just gonna come out and say it right now. I hate Christmas movies. I hate all of them. Ernest can suck it.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
That-
all of them,
no, that
all
was
of them
not a
can
good one.
suck
Yeah,
it.
you're right. It's not good.
I have been forced to watch so many Christmas movies in my relationship, and I just don't like it. Like, I don't know. I just
don't. No, sir. I don't like
I don't
it.
like it.
Holy fuck.
I
There's not one that you enjoy.
guys, I'm evil. I'm sorry.
Okay, but here's my.
I like Christmas Vacation, but I've come to like
yeah,
it
Christmas Vacation is good.
only
It's hilarious.
in the last number of years.
You know
um,
what? I guarantee I can find one that you do enjoy. But
That's the
this
only
is
one.
an argument that is very biased, though, because a lot of people say this movie is a Christmas movie. This one is not.
Die
Christmas
Hard is a
movie.
Christmas
so
movie.
Die Hard. That's my.
I can agree with
ritual.
that.
I watch Die Hard every Christmas, so Die Hard definitely in the Mr. Bean episode.
Oh,
But
Mr. Bean.
she's never seen Mr. Bean.
Yeah, fucking
But-
loser.
I will.
You, not Mr. Bean.
Let it go. I love Rowan Atkinson. But I think, and I know I'm not the only one, Batman Returns is a Christmassy movie. Takes place during Christmas. It's snowy.
I guess.
I like, yeah, so
That's my
I
Batman
usually
voice.
Watch,
That was really good. That was really good.
Speaking of
Is
that,
Christian Bale here? Oh my
Christian Bale.
god.
My brother made me listen. Have you guys ever listened to that clip of Christian Bale losing his shit on that light guy on set?
Yeah, that moment.
No.
I
That's
was
a
like, oh,
shame on
but like
him.
a lot of people
Shame
are
on
saying
him.
that like they agree with him because that guy was an idiot and he deserved it. My brother was like, no, this guy was like a moron and he had all these wires and shit like in his way and he tripped and like it's like
I
very
think it's
unprofessional.
because
But the-
Christian Bale has a reputation for being.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for a
he
heart
does
to
for
work
being
with.
Yeah.
a dick.
But yeah, like I listened to it the other day and he was just like, It's funny because I was talking about how in our last episode, or one of our episodes, most recent one, where I didn't know that Christian Bale had an accent. And then,
He's British.
I know. And then, but
You
then
were like,
I
shocked.
was hanging out with my brother the other day, and I was telling him that, and he was just like, "So I'm assuming you've never heard that clip of him losing his shit on that fucking tech guy?" And we listened to it, and he's just like, "You fucking bollocks, cunt, blah blah blah." And I'm like, that's so weird to me. Like, I can't believe, like, my entire life I had no idea that he had an accent. But it's all about Michael Keaton, Batman. Okay, so
Yeah,
he can suck it.
100%.
I know, he's like the soft Batman.
But it just bothers me
I love it.
because in any other profession, okay, some idiot at my job does something stupid and it really fucks with my day. If I was like, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit, I would be fired in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
That's
Whether
definitely
or
not that way I would
do you know-
handle it.
But do you know what I mean? Like,
you're
whether
right.
or not the light guy had it coming, in any other professional setting, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like,
You
gotta
can't be
check
like, I'm an
your ego,
artiste and
check
fuck
your
you.
ego, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, it just...
Maybe Batman was on his period.
He's gonna find you!
Oh, no.
He's gonna fucking find you! Oh my god, he's gonna bang you looking at his own muscles. What movie are we talking
American
about again?
Psycho.
Oh my god, I love that. That's
I just
amazing.
think that's so hot.
I love Scrooged. Bill Murray.
That's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, like,
You
do
know
you
what?
like Scrooge, Morgan?
I've seen it. I have a copy. I didn't watch it this
I love
Christmas.
Great
it.
movie.
That's a great fucking movie.
That squeaky voice lady?
Oh,
Yeah.
But like Bill
Um,
Murray does, like he doesn't really do too many shitty movies. Like
No.
he
Groundhog Day is
chooses,
one of my
yeah,
favorite.
he chooses wisely.
Yeah, and the guy
Always.
from New York Dolls is in it.
Yeah.
He's the cab driver
Yeah.
guy. And
That's right. He always reminded me of Benicio del Toro.
yeah, he totally does, and he's the
Oh,
singer
okay.
of New York Dolls, which is hilarious. But that woman with the Carol Kane is her name. I love. She's adorable. I love her voice. I love Rare Exports. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah, I
It's a
didn't watch it
Polish
this year. I
movie.
totally forgot about it.
I don't own it. Like,
Oh,
I've
my
seen
people.
it a couple times.
That shit's
but
on like the fucking.
I
think
love
it's on
that movie,
Shudder.
though. That shit's fucking awesome.
Not all of us can afford Shudder, Morgan.
Girl, let me give you my password. Spread the wealth.
Yeah, I got it. And I did it for this month's Rewind Zone episode. It's Christmas Evil.
Okay. All right.
Now what?
Harry? You like Harry?
Okay, Christmas Evil is good. Black
Yeah.
Christmas also
Well, fuck yeah.
is a great movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Black Christmas is fucking
Scary.
That's a
That
fucking
movie
great
is
movie.
fucking
Fuck
scary.
me.
But
Yeah.
like, okay, for me, like my family never like had those traditions where it was like.
You never
Let's-
watched the claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed
No.
Reindeer?
I mean, I saw watching it on TV.
I remember
So
when it was
good,
on
so
TV, but
good.
like-
there's like a snowman.
Yeah,
The Abominable.
the abominable
Yeah,
guy. Yeah,
right.
he was pissed off.
Yeah. I know some Christmas things, but some I'm like completely like it just, my parents are Muslim, so
It's true.
like I didn't grow up with Christmas, but I obviously the shit was like on TV, but like I do remember watching The Grinch when I was a kid.
I love that
And
cartoon.
The
being
cartoon
like-
Grinch,
Yeah, the cartoon. and
Not the
being
Jim
like,
Carrey one.
The cartoon one's the
I
best.
Yeah.
don't know why these people are being so mean to him. Like, he just wants to be left alone in his castle.
You're like, I relate.
Yeah. Right?
And fast forward to the future, here I am.
But you know what we should do for an After Dark episode? And I actually added it to my notes recently. The Star Wars Holiday Special.
No. Oh my god, no, I will
yes,
never.
yes,
no,
yes, it's
I
happening,
will
it's
never watch that again.
Have you seen it,
Yeah,
Megan?
of course. You grew
Okay,
up on that shit.
No, I think that we should get wasted for
No, I was
Christmas,
gonna
like,
say,
next year.
The only way that I will do that is like a bottle of wine before I start talking about
Let's
that.
do
Is some of the worst
Let's do it for After Dark
shit
next
I've
Christmas.
ever seen.
I know, and I agree with you. And
Ever.
I actually I was in the same boat as you. Like, I was like, you know what? No, this movie is it's so bad that like I couldn't even get through it all without fast forwarding some of the acrobats and shit like that, and like that woman that was like baking
And the
cooking
fucking
shit.
Wookiees talking in their own language.
Yeah, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, man.
cares?
Like, there's however, and then I was like, but I think that it would actually be a pretty fucking hilarious episode for After Dark.
It would be funny.
I think it'd be great, and then we can finish it with, I was driving to work one day, and our classic rock station played the full version, I believe it's the 12 Days of Christmas, sung by Chewbacca.
No.
But it's just him making
That's
like
a thing?
yeah, and it's the whole fucking song.
Like 12 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
of just
When
Chewbacca
did this
making
come
his
out?
fucking, I don't know, probably at the invention of the internet. I imagine it was like a YouTube
I had
thing.
no idea.
But yeah, so 98.1 played it, the whole thing. I'm driving to work. It's not safe to drive when you're listening to that fucking song. I laughed so goddamn hard. Like someone
That's so
someone
weird.
made
I had no
this.
idea that was a thing.
So finish it with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually think that we should do the Star Wars holiday special for Christmas for After Dark next year. But there is a couple that I have never seen. Like To All a Good Night was a Christmas horror
Yes,
movie from
yeah.
the 80s. And
That's a
also
media release.
Don't Open Till Christmas I've never seen because it's so rare.
Yeah.
Like that tape is fucking expensive. And one Christmas movie that I've never seen that I think you've seen it, Megan, Treevenge. Did you ever watch that movie? It's the same guys that did Hobo with a Shotgun.
Oh,
so
really?
Jonathan
It's
Torrance
so
is in it.
good.
Really?
Yeah, so Jonathan Torrance from like Donovision and like Trailer Park
Really?
Boys is in it, and it's like these like discarded Christmas trees that are like sentient
They're
beings.
pissed
Yeah,
off.
trees.
And
and
like,
they fucking like kill people.
Trees. It's so funny. It's so like budget, which
Yeah.
is amazing. And yeah, these
like
trees
that.
like come to life and like take revenge on the humans
I
who
like that.
discarded
That's
them.
cool.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
And you know, it's like super obvious, but it's so obvious I can't believe you didn't say Gremlins.
I
It's
guess,
just too
yeah.
obvious.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
so obvious.
It
it
was
was
so
blind.
obvious
I
you missed
omitted
it.
like the obvious like big ones because I didn't want to like make my list like too big. But
Right.
Gremlins obviously is a staple. I just maybe I just didn't think to mention it because like deep down I just like Gremlins 2 better.
It's not all about what you like, Yasmina.
Yes, that's my birthday.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. Well, speaking of her birthday, let's get the fuck out of here so we can go get drunk and eat.
Awesome.
steak.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
what did you guys think? Did you guys like the movie?
Yeah, it was slimy. It was gross.
I missed the end because we were talking about Michael Bay with such passion. Was
Yeah.
it her who fell off on fire? Was it the girl who was just initiated into the coven?
yeah. Oh my God,
'Cause
there was
someone-
a burning body.
Yeah,
out
there
there.
was.
because like the
body.
earlier
There was a burning body because
Yeah.
she stabbed the
Burning
hot
body.
Norwegian
Yeah.
who kind of reminds me of a young version of the Bend and Snap girl from Legally Blonde.
I don't know.
You would know who she is.
I would know.
Yeah. But now I'm like, it was a great movie. I love the bugs. I love the birthing. I don't need to see Clint Howard having sex ever.
Right? With that
again.
dick nose weird thing.
I
They
know,
were like,
dick nose.
make it a dick, but don't make it too dicky. Like no veins, no like defined head, but that thing definitely had a head on it. That was fucked.
It was definitely molded by a dildo.
It was
probably.
a dick, but it wasn't a dick.
It was like a dildo.
It was a dildo.
Fucking hell.
That was fucked up.
Dick nose. Nobody says that anymore. Good one.
Dick nose.
I love that. I used to say dick nose a lot.
Fucking dick nose.
Fucking
Yeah.
Clint Howard and his dick
This
nose.
bitch, the Bend and Snap from Legally
Oh,
Blonde.
She's
She's in-
his mom?
Yeah,
Is
she's in
that-
everything. Stifler's
Oh,
mom,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that Norwegian reminded me of.
Yes,
Like the younger version of the Bend
The
and Snap.
cheekbone.
Yeah,
Them
yes,
cheekbones.
and that's what it
Definitely.
was, the cheekbones. Yeah.
yeah.
Sweet. All right, well, Merry
Anyways,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Burn in
Happy
hell.
New Year.
Yeah, Hell
And-
Satanus.
Yeah, I guess we'll catch you in 2020.
Yeah.
Barbara Walters.
This is
Baba
2020.
Walla.
Bye.
See you later, guys.
Bye.